Here we have the outside of the Auto-Sleeper Warwick XL. As we move along, we will firstly come to the Lpg Filler Point. So if we just push in, twist, and then remove the dust cover, you will see the filler point. Our UK fillers slide over the top of this, and then we basically twist it round, pull a lever towards us to then lock it on to the side of the van, and then it's just a matter of holding a button down and putting as much gas in as you want, or just waiting until it clicks off exactly the same as a petrol pump would. The bezel part just here where my finger is takes the continental adapters, and there are a few just depending on where you are in Europe. To view how much gas is in your gas tank, you need to come to the driver's seat just here, and then you can view just here. The engine does need to be running for this, and you will get a red light just here, and then when you fill it up, obviously green lights will appear, and as you deplete, obviously they will go back out again. The gas tank itself sits underneath the van and is just here. To isolate the gas for ferries and for Eurostar, etc., you need to unscrew that black cap just there, remove the front plate, and then sitting behind it you will find a brass knob exactly the same as what you'd find on a propane bottle, and then you can basically isolate it just there. Next we have the cassette toilet. So we have a standard Thetford cassette. Lift up, pull towards you. Before use, add your toilet chemical. Empties from here as well. Just remember that when you pour away, to hold the button in to release the vacuum inside. Also make sure that you keep the seal well lubricated. Thetford do their own silicone lubricant, but anything silicone based is absolutely fine. And then this is the easiest way of giving it a really good clean. Next we have the grey water drain point just here, and then if we move along, we then have the fresh water drain point just here. Just above it we have mains hookup just here. When removing the hookup lead, make sure that you push down on this blue lever. Beside this we have external TV and satellite points. Here we have the flue for the Truma boiler. We do not need to do anything with these particular ones, but just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then we have fresh water into the van. There are numerous ways of getting water into this van. We can use the Whale Smart Fill just here. So we can either fill it up using a submersible pump in either an aqua roll or any water barrel. Just literally pop this in to here and then flap it over like so. As long as the 12 volt is on inside, it will then automatically start pumping water into the fresh water tank. We can also use this collapsible hose, standard hose lock attachment just here, and same again, just plug it in, flap over, and then turn on the tap. Again, even though this thing does not require any power itself, there is a solenoid behind there, so we still need to make sure the 12 volt is on, or otherwise water will not make its way into the van. And the beauty of these are, if you are on a fully serviced pitch with your own supply of water, you can just leave the tap turned on and it will constantly refill the tank. To remove, flap up, push the 2 buttons in, and then remove. As we then move on, right in the corner just here you will find a valve, and here an air line runs to the spare wheel, so we can check the tyre pressure and top it up if required without having to lower it. To lower it, in the tool roll you will find a bar, and that locates just here. Attach the wheel brace to it and then wind it down on a cable. Next we have the bike rack. So all we need to do is just grab hold and drop down like so. These then through the wheels of the bikes, and then all we do is undo and undo and maneuver this bar up, and then attach these round the framework of the bikes. When opening the back door, only open it to this point here. Do not press this button and fold it out any further, or otherwise the bike rack will cut into the side of the van and leave you with 2 nasty big dents. As we move round to the other side, we have the external barbecue point. So before use you need to get your barbecue adapter, which is about this long, attach the hose of the barbecue to it with a Jubilee clip, and then the other end locks in place where my finger is just here. You will then be able to turn the gas on. To remove, just literally push up on the collar and then the adapter will pop out. We then have what I class as the more traditional way of getting water into the van. Just remove the cap and just put a hose pipe in to fill it up. We then have both vents for the fridge. Again, we don't necessarily need to do anything with these, just again make sure that nothing's obstructing them, and do not spray a load of water at them when washing the van. We then have the two-lay Omnistore roll-out canopy, the electric step, which operates on this button just here. This will automatically retract when the engine has been started. Diesel fill just here unlocks on the ignition key. And the Alco air top-up suspension valves are just here. So anywhere in the green is acceptable. We can top them up no differently than a tyre. So you can either use compressor, foot pump. I've even managed to do them on hand pumps as well. The airbags themselves are located on the rears, and you can just see the airbags just there. If you are using a high power compressor, do be careful when popping the air in, or otherwise if you put in too much you can split them.